Okay, so we're about to go set up a magician and give him this shocking gum. Do you want some gum?
Okay. Oh, God, I hate that. My nipple shakes.
Hi, Caitlin!
Yesterday, I had an amazing opportunity to help a gentleman named James perform to his now fiance, Atia. And what's cool about that is they didn't tell anybody. So I showed up before James even got there and nobody knew. So it was like kind of like a secret that I was supposed to be there. So I'm setting up and people don't know what's going on. Today, we're actually headed to a show where I have to sneak into the house and set it up without anybody seeing me, and then they're gonna come down and watch the show. And then after that, I have another show where I'm pretending to be the lady who hires me nephew. I'm gonna call her Aunt Janet. And we're gonna pretend like I'm her nephew who's sort of interested in magic, and she invited me over to do a couple things. But then after dinner, we're gonna do the full show and blow them away and be like, just kidding, this guy's legit. So I've got 3 shows back to back that are like undercover magic shows, which, man, that is a good business idea. We're about 2 minutes away from the house, so we're gonna pull up, unload. I don't know that we'll be able to capture the reactions just because of the way that everything's set up, but we'll do our best to show you guys some good footage from the show.
Tell me what your name is. Tell me what you like and all your secrets. I just want
Everybody in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, Pablos, you are fantastic. Give me burgers, give me fries, give them shakes. Oh yeah, count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Finger. Let's give a round of applause, you guys. Here we go. One thing that I've changed in my show is I focus a little bit more on the magic than the character lately. I'm beating myself up because I'm like, oh, I think I have to go back to my roots and focus on character and being silly and leaning in on that because that's what made me successful in the first place. But then I realized that when I was focusing on character, you know what I regret doing was not focusing on the tricks. So it's like, I guess there has to be a balance. Like maybe I spent a few years focusing on my character and then a few years focusing on the tricks in the show, and there's gotta be a balance. So the character and leaning in on that, my show was very much not about the tricks. You know, the tricks were never the thing that got people interested in me anyway. Because at the end of the day, no one remembers the tricks, but they remember the character. And we actually, me and my friend Zach Alexander, who's been on here a few times, talk about this, how if you survey anybody who's been to a magic show and ask them what trick they remember or what thing stood out to them, they'll normally not remember a magic trick. And the reason why is if you go to, I'm not a ballet dancer. If I go to a ballet concert, or I think they're called concert or dance or recital, and I watch people dance ballet and somebody goes, which dance move was your favorite? I'm not in the world of ballet, just like a lot of people aren't in the world of magic. So I wouldn't even know what to say. Like, what am I gonna say? Like, I like the spins, or what I would remember though, is I would remember the theme, the music. Oh, I love that darker song, the tone. I love the story of the thing. That's what people remember because I don't know how to talk about ballet dance moves in the same way. Most people who aren't magicians don't know how to talk about magic tricks. So that's why it doesn't stick, because it's the vocabulary's not in there. So I'll tell you this, Eskimos in Alaska have about 30-something different words for types of snow. In Virginia, we have snow and maybe sleet. But because we don't have those words to explain the different types of snow, when we see snow, we call it snow. But when they see hard snow or soft snow, there's words for that. So they recognize those things better than we do. So anyway, that's my little tangent on why I think that leaning on the character is more important. But I don't think I need to beat myself up that I'm not focusing on that because I've already done that groundwork, you know? Do I go this way, exit 51, or what? I can't tell. I think I go this way. Yeah. So after that first show, which was pretty successful, really fun, and some interesting quotes came out of it. I don't know if we caught footage of it, so let me just say that somebody walked back into my show in the middle of it and said, "What's up with that bidet?" And then the other one was, I can't say it on camera. It was pretty bad. Yeah, I just realized. So that show was awesome. Shout out to Margaret and the family for having me out there. Now we're going, we're already pretty much near Raleigh for another show. This is the one where I'm going to pretend to be their nephew and see Aunt Janet. This is going to be kind of cool. But I got to get gas. I got to take a waz, meditate, Stretch. No, I just gotta get gas and Waz. That's it. Waz, whiz, Waz, pee, urinate. 1 second. The magic here that we've done. So we showed up and we're here in the master bedroom and we've done some magic for people, and the way that we did it was Janet goes, hey guys, this is my cousin Chris. Chris, introduce yourself. So we hung out for a little while, just totally were like part of the family, like for like 10 minutes. And then she goes up to groups and she goes, you know, Chris actually knows a little bit of magic. Why don't you show him something? I'm like, no, come on, Janet, it's fine. And she, no, show them something. So I take out my cards, I do a little something, and we progressively, the crowd got bigger and bigger, and I started doing more and more mind-blowing things. And then people were like, is he part of the family? And she's like, yeah, cousins. Like, yeah, guys, I don't know, I'm too shy and embarrassed to do this stuff. And she, okay, let's give him a break. Now, while they're eating dinner, we're setting up the full show, and she's about to intro me as this big-time, like, you know, magician and stuff, who's a professional. It's funny because we literally had people come up to us and say, hey, I know me and you, we're not professionals or anything, but I have seen a few good card tricks, and have you ever seen that? And I'm always like, oh yeah, no, I don't really do this stuff, I'm just playing around. We're also getting asked, who in the family do we know? Because really their whole family is here, so it's weird that I'm a cousin. I'm like, oh, I'm from New York, I'm also Italian, we got cousins everywhere. I'm just visiting in town. When Janet heard I was gonna be here, I decided I would stay with her, so it is going well. I think people are trying to figure it out because they had to carry in all our stuff, and obviously what cousin brings the whole show with him, so they're starting to piece together, but before they talk too much, we want to get the full show set up, so that's what I'm doing now in this bedroom.
Here he is, my cousin. Not really. I'll admit, Chris Michael.
What? Yes, Robert, high five, man. That was awesome. Robert, okay. Robbie, high five. High five, Robbie. Yes, thank you. Bring it in. Come on. I can't believe it. Yes, thank you. You get back. Hey guys, someone grab me. I really appreciate your time today. Hey guys. We want to know if you thought I was actually your cousin.
Yes.
You did?
I honestly did.
I look like it a little bit. It fits it. So, yeah. It wasn't weird that I was doing magic at the table over there?
Well, I thought, once you started doing the magic, and she said it was going to be a magic evening, I said, but you still could have been her cousin.
Right.
But no, I mean, it was a delightful show.
Thank you so much.
So
I appreciate
wonderful.
that. I want to get everybody laughing, it was a good crowd. It was a good crowd for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course. I'll stick around for a little while. So hey, you can just look at me and talk. I wanted to ask you, because like this is something I'm curious about. I want to know, when I showed up, did you think I was a cousin or anything?
I did.
You did? Okay, good. People have
I
been
did.
saying that. So
Yeah.
And like, what were the thoughts that you were having? Like, you were like, how I have a cousin I've never met before?
Well, I thought that Janet had mentioned that you had a cousin that was going to do magic tricks and stuff, so I thought you were a cousin. You're Italian, so...
Yeah, makes sense. I look like I fit in. Yeah, exactly. I love that you did that.
You're Italian. You do Italian things.
And Italians got cousins everywhere, so.
Yeah.
And while I was doing the tricks by the table, I'm thinking, surely these tricks I'm blowing my cover. But I mean, if she told you beforehand, that makes sense then. Yeah. What did you think of the show itself?
Fabulous, amazing, fabulous. I was like, I cannot believe this. How did he do? And I don't understand how you do what you do when you do what you do.
Yeah.
You guys are cracking me up. Honey, I just gotta tell you.
What we're gonna do. So we're here at the home. The only problem is we did not get a key. So we gotta. She figured since I was a magician, I guess I could just be able to get my way in. There is a trick to it. Use this wisely. Oh, still works.
Bye. Good luck.
This is that I put on my face every day, Minerin cream. I have really dry skin in general. Like, I have a lot of different. I have eczema and also just dry skin. So sometimes when you look at my shirt, it'll be like kind of like flaky, and I don't want it to look like dandruff. It's really just dry skin from my face. So this stuff not only makes me look a little bit more like high end because it gives my skin to be kind of lighter in color and a little bit more flushed out, but it also keeps my skin from kind of breaking and cracking. And so I don't know. I feel like as a performer, it's important for my skin to look healthy. I'm sure that's very vain of me, but I think that's a real thing. And so I want my skin to look good, and to do that, I put on Minerin cream every single day. I don't do much in the way of moisturizing. I'm trying to get better about that. But if you guys have any advice, like, shoot me a DM or something, because I really need to know better ways to take care of my skin. What's up, guys? It's Chuck Liddell. I don't think my haircut's cool enough to be Chuck Liddell, but I'm in the same shape, so it's fine. Okay, I said he, but let me give you some backstory before I get into the story. Me and Shane are filming podcasts at the Westin Hotel on Friday. I get a call from a gentleman named James, and James says, hey, I want to propose to my girlfriend. He didn't tell me it was the next day. He's just telling me. I'm thinking it's months from now. Hey, I want to propose to my girlfriend. It's just, we've been together for a long time, and I think it's time to finally pop the question. I'm like, awesome, man. How can I help you? I've got some ideas on this, because I've got tons of magic proposal ideas. Me and Shane come up with these ideas all the time. And I'm talking to him, and I find out that he needs me for the next day. He finally worked up the courage. He's like, listen, I've got to be impulsive about this. We got to do it tomorrow. I have the ring ready to go. And he's like, yeah, man, everyone else there is going to be like Indian, Pakistan. So, and I was like, oh yeah, I get that, man. Cause I could tell that he wasn't, just from talking to him. And I was like, yeah, my girlfriend's Pakistani. So I understand what that's like. I bet, in most cases, I'm going to be the only white guy around her family too. So, and he's like, yeah, man, totally understand that. Well, when I finally meet James, he gets out of his car, and he's like a big black dude. And I felt bad for being like, you know what I'm talking about, being the only white guy around. He's like, yeah, man. But anyway, James was so awesome. He actually works in security, which I guess he works for the government. I don't want to say too much about his job because he just probably doesn't want that information out there. But I did a magic show, the full show. I show up at the house. James isn't even there yet. No one knows I'm supposed to be there. So I'm just walking into people's home while they're eating food and just setting up magic props. And they're like, who is this guy? Well, I ended up coming up with the cover story of, they figured it'd be nice to bring in a magician so you guys could have something to remember from the family. I do my full show. At the end, the bubbles, when I do the floating table, they put the bubble in the box. And I, at the end of the routine, have Atya, who is his girlfriend, soon-to-be fiance of 10 years, actually, reach into the box and ask her to get the bubble. And she pulls out a box. And I go, I don't know what that is, but hold on to it. James, maybe you can explain this. And I deleted the song, but I had this tear-jerking song come on, and it was really romantic. He gets down on one knee and pops the question, and people start crying, and I get a little choked up and emotional. And it was also awesome that I was there for that part of his life. Like, that's something that will always be remembered. And I just want to say a huge thank you to James, and a congratulations to him and Atya. So cool. And I just can't believe somebody got proposed in my show. Really cool.